So today, hello, welcome to my series where I'm gonna talk about some games in the Overwatch League. Let's get in here. We're gonna do Defiant versus Mayhem. I have not seen this one. We're gonna practice. Uh, we're gonna practice commentating. I am not a commentator, but I'm gonna practice it. Since we have this quarantine going on, no games going on right now. Let's talk about some old games. Right now, we got the Toronto Defiant versus the Florida Mayhem. Defiant seemed okay in some games and bad in some others. Let's move around, see who we got here. I am also using the controller for the first time. Okay, I see. Gotcha. Okay. So first here we got Logix on the Tracer. Defiant seems to run Logix on Tracer a lot. Only usually on the capture maps, but this is a significant map because they're also running Surefour. Surefour is a player that they usually don't run on their control maps, but because he's been carrying them in some recent games, they have been. Let's see. Over on the other side, we got Bob, Yaki, Fate, Gargoyle, Gangnam Jim, and Chris over for the Florida Mayhem. BQB is getting discorded, but nothing's getting picked up off that. Both fighting here for the point. I would say that Mayhem currently has the better positioning here over on the second high ground, but Defiant closer to the point. Fight's coming off. Lodge getting pressured from the side over here. See our team going here. That is bad. BQB Nano coming in, picking up on the kill on the Beast. Tracer in the back line, and that little down. I don't know if they know where she is. I think they do, but nice wall from Yaki cutting off the battlefield. Let's watch. Beast is coming back. Surefour pops his ult and staying alive. Logix picks up the kill on Chris in the BQB. Surefour demechs the Gargoyle, and Gareve, Beast, and Calyx wrap it up, finishing up the team kill, finally stuttering the Gangnam Jim. Now, Defiant has this map. This is looking good for them. Logix, as always, is delivering on Tracer today. Doing a great job. How do I... see, what's the control for space? There you go. Ooh, Yaki picks up a nice right click on the Yaki picks up a nice right click on Logix, pushing the fight in. Defiance down 1 DPS. We'll see if Logix can make it back to the point. Fate's losing some health. Oof. There goes the Orisa. Nice ult from Yaki here. Both teams are down a tank. Let's see, there we go. Tracer. Logic's trying to run. Yaki's trying to put on the pressure. Let's see. Oof, Surefour gets picked off by BQB. Who am I trying to get to? There we go. BQB's got his... Mayhem's got 3 ults. They could... And Defiant only has 2. About to get Surefours. Mayhem takes the point. This point is certainly takeable for the Defiant. Good ult off of Nevix. Good ult off of Nevix or Logic can really open up the point here, but Gargoyle's ult could return. Lock off the point. Ooh, big hit on Logic by BQB. Knocking his health down. Logic's sneaky capping on the point. In comes Beast. Oh, pops the ult from BQB. Ooh, Surefour trying to put some pressure on from behind, but can't get anything. Beast is down from Yaki. Gargoyle has been demech'd. There goes the Logic's ult. Didn't get anything with it. Ooh, nice long range whip. Just cheeky. Didn't do anything with it, but you always like to make sure you know that you can get some respect here. Okay, Defiance coming around this left side of the point here. They're going to want to take advantage of Calix's rally here. A nice Maywall separates the front line. Let's move over to Yaki, see what we can see. Ooh, nice healing grenade from Gangnam Jim here onto Yaki. There's the ult on the D.Va, but she's going to get back in her mech. Ult from Yaki here, putting pressure on, but it doesn't look like she has a lot of teammates around to back her up on this. Logic, they are going to demech the Nevix, though. There goes the trance from Carrier. Beast is jumping in. Let's see what Beast is. Fate's got Discord. No progress in there. Yaki got taken out by Shore4. So, Defiant has this point. If they are able to, with the reset from Mayhem, they probably have 1 or 2 fights left here. 88%, it's 90%. It's looking more like it's just going to be the one fight. Mayhem want to take this, but they've only got the rally from Chris to deal with the Pulse Bomb and Primal Wrath from Beast. Karif picks up the kill on Fate. Shore4 taking out Yaki, playing Doomfist to get back to the point faster. Put some pressure on with fighting. Logix picks up the kill on Gargoyle after they get demeched. Oof. Not a crap. Okay. Scored pressure. This fight seems all but won. Who is on the points? 1. Ooh. Desperation hack, but the point is in fact taken by the Toronto Defiant. One to 0. It's a good take from the Toronto Defiant. Their first match of the set, but we're gonna see this match come in again on City Center. Busan is a wide open map. City Center has a wide open back on it, meaning some good boops from both teams picking up a Lucio, and D.Va could knock people off the map very easily. It's good pressure, especially means that the team really can't flank around the right side if they've got good enough boops. Meaning you're going to see both teams take this left entrance. So I'm sure Shore4 gets the hack on. Shore4 is going to get the hack on the health pack first. Flanking in, trying to get some ult charge and some hacks and some healers here. Oh, Karif is taken off by a stray Yaki Ice Bolt. Shore4 is going to go for a switch here. He's going to probably pick Soldier. Yep. We see Logix. Logix is looking a little bit low on health. He's going to try to take the right. Oh. Both teams are just resetting. That's a firm point take for Mayhem. They're going to start racking up some points. Logic's coming in for the cheeky back cap, but Gargoyle notices it way too fast for that. Yaki's putting in some pressure, but not much. Shore4 is able to pick off Yaki. Coming in from this right side of the point. Trying to put some pressure. Logic still do what they can. Anna's low. Soldier's looking pretty low here. Oh, but the good melee from BQB and kept a cool head. BQB is able to take out Logix on Tracer. Beast is down. Gargoyle really using those missiles to his advantage. Oh, D.Va's coming. Nevix is coming into pressure Shore4, but his tanks are there for him, and he's not going to go down. BQB and Yaki take. Sorry, I said Shore4. I mean BQB. BQB and Yaki take out Caravan Calix, yeah. Okay. It's going to be a steady reset. That was 55 points for Mayhem. They're going to be looking pretty good here. If they're able to take 1 or 2 more fights at that pressure, they'll probably capture the point. What Defiant's looking for here is either a good hard take or a quick win. Logic's coming in for a cheeky back cap, but gets noticed pretty much instantly. Probably looking to now apply some pressure on Nevix. Nevix goes down to deal with him. BQB pops his ult and gets a nano. So we got a nano sights. It's a very powerful thing. But Terrariv pops Transcendence and Calyx pops Rally. Logic's trying to cap on the point, but BQB notices almost instantly. We have a return ult from Surefour and an ult from Nevix as well, but it looks like it's not doing much effect here. BQB's putting a lot of pressure with Soldier right now. Gargoyle also just wrapping up kills. And that's a person's point. See Logic's, as always, being cheeky on the point while no one's paying attention, but this is looking more and more like a win for the Mayhem this round. Ult on the point, just to be cheeky, and we have it. Okay. This next round, looking for Temple. I got a lot of cover here. On the point, there's a lot of obscuration. It means that characters like 76 and Brigitte can see a lot of play here. They're gonna still have the Lucio and Zenyatta to get the Discord orb so they can rush people down. This is going to be a very divey build on their part. The really only non-dive character they have is 76, and he can still keep up the rest of the bunch here. So we're going to be watching Surefour as they're coming out. Mayhem still running the Mei and 76 combo. Mei's very strong these days, so seeing Mei coming on adds map control and pressure for your team. Logic's and Surefour are off on the side, whereas the Mayhem's all gone on the right-hand side here. Surefour trying to find some good angles. BQB's got Discord, but it does not look like they're doing a massive amount of damage. Ooh, BQB just took what I'm going to math out to probably be a Logic's shot. Let's watch BQB. Ooh, BQB's taking some damage from the left. Damage. Nevix chasing down Yaki there. Getting some pressure. Wait. Yeah. And that's a full team roundup for the Toronto Defiant. Managing to put pressure on the team and keep moving forward. He's coming around here to the side, trying to watch for the right rotation. In that last fight, Nevix was just Nevix is doing a great job of putting pressure on the enemy's DPS and speeds. Nevix again taking out Fate. Let's put the camera. Taking out Fate, putting proper amounts of pressure. We're going to see an ult from BQB and Gangnam Jib here. It's a nano sights. BQB putting in some damage. Doesn't have to aim, just gets the kill. Oh, there's the sleep. The anti on Nevix. Nevix is going to pop his ult. Keep on moving forward. Okay. Surefour's may just take a pick out on Yaki. But Surefour's popping his ult, manages to pick up Gangnam Gem, BQB, and Beast takes out Chris here. Kariv taking out Fade for putting some pressure in the game. For waving like that matchup, it's just a trade ult for ults there. We got Nano on Nano BQB was able to put a lot of damage on, but Nevix and Kariv were able to hold the point long enough for Surefour to get back, ult himself, and kick up a few kills. We got 3 ults on the side of Defiant, 2 ults on the side of Mayhem. Defiant pops all their ults, hoping to win here and prevent the overtime from taking up too much space. We're going to see an ult from Yaki and an ult from Gargoyle. Gangnam Jim still has Nano ready. Let's see how that comes in. Beast is taken out by Gargoyle's ult. Oh, there we go. Gargoyle putting some pressure on Surefour. Surefour knocked out. BQB And they take a point. Mayhem finally able to get some points on the board on this round. Ooh, Kariv trying to get some ult charge. Taken out before he can get too much. We're seeing no ults on the side of Defiant, and we're seeing a lot of ults on the side of the Mayhem right now. This fight, they don't have a lot to work with here. They're at best looking to take the point at best case scenario, get some cheeky picks and manage to pull through. But at what they're really looking for here, some ult charge, some positioning, trying to pull some ults from the Mayhem to get some better play out of it here. Surefour's got a good angle here, putting pressure on the team, but he moves in closer, get inside the bunker so that he can take real advantage of this Fate ult. We're still seeing the Fate ult. They're holding the nano shot for later. Evidently, when they feel the pressure is highest. Surefour spotted BQB spotted Logix and moved in quickly and succinctly to take him out. He's coming around the side here. Surefour, BQB wrapping up some. Kariv took a right click and then a right click from Soldier and left click from Gangnam Jin, taking out of the match. Defiant's gonna have to stall here and have to stall here and wait for Kariv to be back and ready to go. Luckily, this map has a pretty quick run out, so it should be back in action soon. Let's see. Ooh, Logix landing a nice pulse bomb on Chris, putting damage on their back line. Logix takes Gangnam Jin and Chris gets out unscathed. We're seeing BQB ults. It's taken out by Kariv. A lot of pressure here on the Mayhem. The ults comes out from Yaki, but doesn't manage to grab anyone. Gargoyle ults and fails to get the kill. Chris as well. The teleportation device from Sombra we saw come out there at the very end, but it was taken out. That is the first match for the Toronto Defiant. And that was the first match from the Toronto Defiant and the Mayhem. A pretty decisive, or pretty well-fought victory from the Toronto Defiant there. They lost it in City Center. That second point is very hard. It's very hard to take back once you've lost it. And Mayhem were able to keep the pressure, but Defiance were able to bring it back. Puts good pressure on the back line with Logix on the enemy supports, making sure they can't do what they need to do. Next, we're going to go over to Junkertown. Junkertown is a very long-range map. We're going to see probably a few Widow... Actually, Widow got banned this week. That's correct. So we're not going to see any Widowmakers. It makes very interesting picks here. Probably going to see more Tracer 76. I would expect Florida Mayhem to shift out I would expect Defiant to switch out Logix, but they're going to keep running him. It's very unusual. We're seeing a Genji here, but that's probably more of a hover pick. BKB taking the Hanzo, trying to take advantage of that long-range sight lines that we're going to have on this map. Same with Surefour. Beast is probably just hovering over the Ball, but I'd love to see Ball. Ball's a very fun character to watch. Let's look at what we know from Mayhem. That we got BQB on Hanzo. Mei for Yaki. Yaki's very good with Mei, so this is not a surprise for us at all. We got Fate on Orisa, Gargoyle on Sigma. We're seeing double barriers. It means they're going to have to need some good barrier breaks going. Logix, you're definitely not playing Batman. Torbjorn. Now we have Logix switching back over to the Tracer and Beast switching back over to the Monkey. Now, Gangnam Jin has switched off of his traditional Ana. He's playing Zenyatta, trying to get some more damage from Discord Orb and maybe some protective, protective powers with that ult with Transcendence. But we also have Chris to stop pulse bombs from killing his back line with Immortality Field. Switching over to Batiste. Surefour switching over to Sombra. Coming in for a good angle on the Chris here. Managing to cause a chaos. Chris is manages to get away, but Kariv is taken out by Fate here. Logix staying in the back line. Orissa's putting pressure on. Fate managed to take out Kellex as well. Orissa's large range and good enough damage means that she can duel people because she can keep her shield up while she's shooting, unlike Reinhardt. Logic's taken out by BQB with Storm Arrow. BQB can see Kellex and Beast. I think he can only hear Nevix, though. Yep, he heard Nevix. Able to pick up on that kill. No longer. He lost sight, but he knows Nevix is in the back line. Knows that's not a good thing. He's trying to fix it. Over here on the front line, we got Logix coming around this side here. Looking to kill supports. And picks. Oh. Beast taken out by Gargoyle. But the kill on Kareem, or the kill on Gangnam Jin and Chris was prevented. Logic's regrouping a bit, seeing if he can go in again for it. He's got Pulse Bomb now. This makes it really good. BQB's holding his. I forget the ult of Hanzo's name. Oh well. BQB holding the dragons, making sure that he has some good AoE pressure that he can put on the enemy team, maybe get them off the payload. Chris has window now. That means that Stormbolt and Gangnam Jin Stormbolt and any of the arrows Hanzo wants to shoot through it does extra damage, meaning they can hold back, keep an angle, and put some damage on Gangnam Jin. Throws a volley at Logix, but doesn't manage to put anything. Now we see Kellex going Brig, putting the armor on Logix. Brig's a very good ult from Logix. We see an ult from Yaki coming in. Managed to grab Nevix and Beast. BQB doing what Hanzo does best. Still 4 ults from the Florida Mayhem here, looking to hold pretty well. 54 seconds in the clock left. Defiant has two fights here, maybe one if it goes too long on the first one. They're looking to get this out, but there's so many ults on the side of the Mayhem. This is not looking good for the Toronto Defiant. They've only got Kraven Shore 4. Shore 4 is going to be looking for a good hack to cancel out these ults here. BQB doesn't really grab anything with the dragons there. There goes the window from... It's everybody's ults, folks. Rally's able to keep the team alive. So is the Transcendence when it popped. Pulse Bomb takes out Gangnam Jin. Yaki and Gargoyle are able to pick up on Logix and Kellex, putting a nice stop to the Toronto Defiant push. Beast is trying to stay alive with Ball, but it's taken out by BQB. BQB is putting some excellent pressure as Hanzo. A nice traditional shot on the Baby Diva coming out of the mech, and that is most likely game. That is the first map. 73 meters. Junkertown's got that long range. BQB was able to just keep an oppressive form with Hanzo. Now, knowing that BQB is probably going to bring out the Hanzo in defense, Defiant's looking to find their way in. They're looking to find their way in. We're going to see in here, picks coming out. Junkertown's a very large map. Very large map, so the Hanzo picks are very strange. Here we go. So we're going to see BQB is still running the Hanzo's picks are very expected. Sorry, not strange. I'm an idiot. Hanzo picks are very expected because you're trying to take advantage of that long range that comes with Junkertown. Yaki on the Tracer this time instead of the Mei, trying to take advantage of the more dive comp we got here. Gargoyle's looking like he's going to run Roadhog, but that may just be a hover. But what we do know is we got Short 4 on 76, Logix on the Tracer, Beast playing his good old monkey boy Winston, and we got Nevix, Diva, Kellex, Karev. Same picks as last round for the Florida Defiant. Mayhem hovering. Oh, Yaki switching to the Sombra instead of the Tracer, and of course Gargoyle switching back to Oh, never mind. BQB and Yaki last moment switch over to 76 and 76 and May. Good picks for both of them. BQB was very impressive on the Hanzo, so it's going to be interesting to see what he's trying to do with this soldier here. He puts pressure on shield, has good shield break here. Maybe he's expecting the Winston, of course, from Beast. He was trying to put some pressure on that. He's coming up for this. But now it's a 76 v 76 match. I don't know if that's a great trade for BQB, especially with how oppressive he was as Hanzo in the last match. Managed to break down the Winston shield. Now, again, they only had to get it to this short point. They're looking for survivability here. With the Hanzo, they had burst off, but what they're doing here is they're trying to get to stay alive and just wade through the battle. They're able to pick up Calyx, but Logix makes it take out Gargoyle. Both teams are down one, but the nice Hulk's able to put some pressure on Beast, but Chris is taken down in the end. Logix lands a nice pulse bomb on Fate, but is taken out by his own petard. Beast coming in with the monkey jump and the shield, but we have a nano on BQB, but a sights from shore for to counter. He's probably going to take out BQB, doesn't even have to aim for it, gets it for free, and they're able to put some point pressure back on this point, trying to take it back. They need to stay on this point extremely closely now, because if it gets pushed at all, it's a loss. It's an ult from Yaki. Gargoyle still has his ult, and so does BQB. We're seeing the ult from BQB securing the point after the Yaki ults. They wrap up, and the Florida Mayhem takes this game. Next up, so it's a 1-1 right now, folks. Anyone's game going forward. That seemed like a pretty strong showing from the Florida Mayhem. BQB putting a lot of pressure, and Yaki coming in and showing with it. BQB wrapping up kills, Yaki doing his job as May, changing the map, using key ults at key points to capture points like that. And we have Gargoyle just putting an immense amount of pressure on the enemy team as D.Va. Gargoyle's all over the place. Excited to see where this next one goes. Excited to see how Florida Mayhem does throughout the rest of the season. They're kind of like a sleeper team that I think a lot of people didn't really look that heavily on them at the beginning of the season, but they are showing up every match. They haven't won every match. They haven't lost every match either, but they're showing up and bringing their all. Toronto Defiant's also been doing very good, which is why I like this matchup. Toronto Defiant, gave us Outlaws fans our first win, so I know I can't stop loving him. Now we get setting up. Interesting pick from BQB here. I love it. And, it's the audacity of someone who just won a match to pick a Torbjorn. But it is defense, and, he's punching that Overwatch League side here. Let's watch the intro. We got Shore4 and Hanzo trying to take advantage of this long sight, this long sight line that he gets up here, especially good against the shield break that he needs to break through Fate's shields here. They have sight. Nevix trying to put some pressure on here, but the bunker is holding. Interesting Pharah from Agilities instead of Logix, of course. Calyx is playing the Pocket Mercy that you see traditionally with a Pharah pick. Very good combo, Pocket Mercy and Pocket Pharah, but with Echo being announced recently, I want to see whether that is what becomes the popular pick. It's that button. Okay. Pressure coming here from Gargoyle and Fate onto Agilities. Managed to get out. BQB putting some nice left clicks in there, but has managed to not get much. Nevix takes out Fate, putting great pressure as D.Va. Agilities takes out the nice turret placed there, and this point looks like it's going well for Toronto Defiant. Mayhem really can't take. Not a lot of fatality, it's just the pressure that they faced. They had to keep backing or they were going to lose more. Agilities, really good, oppressive Pharah play here. As much as I love Torbjorn, you were relying on her not killing your turrets Otherwise, your team doesn't have a lot of hit scan to take her out while she's in the air. Especially with, like, unfortunately, Torbjorn's left click does not do enough damage to secure a tracer kill, especially if she's got a pocket murky like Agility's does. As we're seeing here, Agility's just putting pressure on Justice Reigns from above, gets sleep, but she picked up Fate in the meanwhile. Mayhem is able to get away without punishment. Chris is getting picked up by Beast. Shore 4 takes out Yaki. Beast taking up Gargoyle. And it's a cleanup for Toronto Defiant here. I think Mayhem's needs to pick up someone to deal with Agilities, and they picked up BQB on Hanzo. BQB's a fantastic Hanzo player. I'm sure we'll see him do great. They really need that. Even if he can't secure it, they need to put pressure on the Pharah, which Torbjorn just couldn't do. Now they switch to Hanzo. As well, the counter Shore 4's Hanzo. Shore 4's job now is going to be to kill BQB. If Shore 4 kills BQB before BQB can kill Agilities, it's going to look like a good match. Gangnam Jim switches from the Gangnam Jim, of course, playing on Ana. They're able to put some pressure, but we're going to see the Nano Pharah here, putting a lot of power. Bongo's immediately taken out by Agilities. Fate looking pretty low, but it's getting some good healing from Chris and Gangnam Jin. If that keeps moving, we're going to see the dragons from Shore 4 here. The dragons from BQB, I'm sorry. And then into a Justice. Yaki switches from Tracer to Mei pretty recently. Sorry for not noticing. And we're just going to wrap up the kills here. Fate and Gargoyle are still alive, but they're not going to be able to put much pressure on this team. Fate's going to get this close spawn instead of the far spawn. Now, this is a very hard point to capture, and this is a very hard map to win, like to win on attack. So, due to the spawn advantage that Mayhem's going to get, we're going to see a lot. Fantastic wall from Yaki. You do not get to run Agilities. I see you, May wall. Boom. Calyx res on Beast to keep the fight going, though. They're only down. Agility switching to Doomfist, trying to get back to the point faster. Has tons of brawl potential. But Defiant jumped to the point. They couldn't quite seem to take anything. Oh, yeah. Agility's coming out from the corner. Feeling pretty cheeky. We got the Ashe switch on Mayhem. Ashe has not gotten a lot of play in the Overwatch League, but BQB, if there's anyone that can do it, I'm sure he can. He's pretty good. He's a fantastic hit scan player. Used to McCree, and since most of hit scan's banned this week, Ashe gets to see a little bit of play. But of course, Nevix putting on some good pressure as D.Va. You're going to see the ult from Gargoyle here. Doesn't pick anyone up, but Yaki's able to pick up Karev as Ana. We're going to see the ult from Nevix here. Doesn't pick anyone up, but BQB doesn't pick anyone up. BQB, Fate, Gargoyle, all picking up kills for the defense. Again, this is an incredibly hard point to push on. You need incredibly hard point to push on. The spawn advantage that Mayhem have here is going to mean that Defiant's going to have to come in with a couple ults and get a really quick team kill. Once again, they're close, only a few meters off, but they're gonna have to do this fast and definitively. Shore 4 comes in, puts a lot of damage on BQB, but doesn't manage to get the kill. Beast takes out the bongos from Fate. We see the agility switching to 76, but is picked by Fate. Fate's been doing really well as the rest of this game. Yaki coming and getting some nice icicles in the face, and trying to control the high ground, getting pressured by the Nevix and has to retreat though. This does not look like a great push for Defiant. They don't have any ult, and they're going to be fighting into a Blizzard. A Blizzard which, of course, can stop combat. It just can entirely stop pushes. Overtime's clocking down. They need to do something quick. We have Nevix on. Nevix is pushing onto the point. but doesn't manage to. So we have Kelix and Kriv pushing on and off the point. Here's the ult from Yaki. Doesn't seem to get anyone in the blizzard immediately, but the nice Mei wall traps Nevix, and that's game. Now, that's that round. A good hold from Florida Mayhem. Of course, that is the point where we expect to see people hold. It is a very hard map to hold, to push that through. The advantage that you have on a defense there is insane. So we could see either a better or worse performance from the Mayhem. I think the Mayhems did a very good job of holding there, and the Defiance had a hard time piercing the veil. Here we go, seeing the nice hills, I guess, of Anaheim is where I imagine Blizzard World is. And the nice Goldshire Hearthstone Tavern. Here's the teams. Now, we don't know when Mayhem could be hovering, but let's just talk about Defiance comps. Pretty standard for them. I would say it's pretty much what they've been running. Now, remember, folks, we know from post-hand knowledge, because this game came out 2 weeks ago, and I'm itching for Overwatch knowledge, that there are 4 games, which means the story ends here. If there are 4 games, whoever wins this match wins. So we're looking to see the story. Are Defiant going to keep proving? Are Defiant going to make up for their loss against Houston? Or the Mayhem going to keep proving that they are exceptional players? We see that the Agilities is taking the high ground here, but we have both Beast and Nevix looking to dive on the enemy team. Interesting picks from Mayhem here. Again, taking advantage of some long range. Yaki, of course, just looking for a scout and then switching onto his actual hero. Back to a pretty standard fare when it comes to comps. Yaki, Agility's forced to jump off the high ground as Yaki pushes forward. I don't know. They definitely knew Beast was there. Beast is forced to jump onto the point and get out of his little hidey hole he had there. See, Agilities is up on the top, getting pressured by Gargoyle, but is able to keep it together long enough to put some real damage on Gargoyle. BQB is stuck in Snack's range, holding that low ground. Oh, here we go. Hit on hold on. Mayhem's trying to find a point here. Oh, we're going to see a nice ult from Gangnam Jim onto BQB. He's able to put some pressure on the enemy team, but we're going to see a transcendence from Karev saying, nope, this point is ours. You cannot damage us. He's putting some pressure. Agilities uses ult, and Short4 and Karev are able to pick up kills. It's a pretty definitive defense for the Toronto Defiant. Mayhem is forced to reset back to the Hearthstone Tavern in victory. Short4, we're looking at a fantastic defense, fantastic ult usage, and they were just able to come back after Gangnam Jim. They heard the good old Anna voice line. They were able to, no, okay, BQB's been nanoed. Let's back off. Let's not die a lot. Let's wait. Short4 has his ult. Let's come out. Agility's being picked, Agilities have his ult. Let's have him take the point back. Agility's getting picked off with a good Maywall. A nice pulse bomb on Chris from Short4. Short4, strange that they decided that Short4 should play Tracer instead of Logix, who is our famous original Tracer player from the Toronto Defiance. But Short4 is doing a great job. Takes out the Banjo. Gargoyle able to pick up the kill on Beast. Look pretty even here on ults, but Gangnam Jim ulting Gargoyle. Gargoyle is going to throw out, fantastic double. Turns out was a double self-destruct. Nevix is picking up the only kill from it, though. Logic's Short4, putting pressure on Gargoyle here, but having to pull back. That looks like a strong defense from the Toronto Defiant. Mayhem, though, has 2 ticks on the first point. 42 seconds left. They're looking for one more fight here. They really cannot afford to to not get this next point. It's one fight. This is a one-fight game here, folks. You can Mayhem coming around on this low ground, trying to maneuver onto the high ground, take the advantage on this fight that Toronto Defiant has been holding here with his positioning. BQB is now being able to put pressure on whoever he pleases. Nevix comes in, puts the correct amount of pressure on BQB, and Agility takes him out. We're gonna see this. A timed pulse bomb from Shore 4, but a little bit too early on it. He was trying to, so either it looks like the Mayhem are going to take this point. A fantastic objective from the Mayhem. Yaki did a great job. BQB did a great job. Fate and Gargoyle are never cease to impress, as well as Gangnam Jim's good ults. They're going to be moving in, trying to take some extra space, letting the payload come up behind them. Blizzard is ready, but we're going to see the ice wall blocking them off, letting Mayhem escape with their lives for putting pressure on and recalling. This seems like a good time for the Florida Mayhem right now. Toronto Defiant doesn't have a lot of ults to deal with, and Florida Mayhem only has to go a little ways. Once again, this is an extremely hard point, but it seems like Mayhem has the point control currently. Coming up for this high ground maneuver here, trying to put the pressure on the Defiant from the high ground. This is exactly what they did that took the last point. Nice try with the May wall, but it didn't really get anything. A nice choice. Icicle from Yaki takes the headshot on Shore 4, putting them down their DPS. This is not going to be a good point. A Blizzard in the back line is going to win this fight this should be a one-and-done fight for the Florida Mayhem. Beast trying to get back to the point fast enough to say something about it. But a nice wrap-up. Logic tries to put some pressure on with a pulse bomb, but doesn't manage to, and Kariv and Beast cannot make it back to the point fast enough, making this Florida Mayhem's game. This is the first time I've cast it. I really actually enjoy it, so I'm going to do it tomorrow as well. I'm practicing speaking, practicing this. As we know from the results, Florida Mayhem's going to win. It's a 4-map game. That means they win Hanamura, take it all. But it's pretty fun to watch. Tomorrow I'm going to be going through teams like New York Excelsior and Dallas Fuel, teams you've only seen playing once that are going to be playing this weekend to try to see how they're going to play. This has been me, Nicholas Finson, signing off. And I'll see y'all later.